Welcome, my wayward souls, and to you, trembling mortals who've tuned in from your warm mortal homes. You found your way, by choice or by curse, to Specter Stories, the podcast that peers beyond the veil to discuss life, death, and everything deliciously in between. I am your host, the Specter of Stories, storyteller, spirit, seasonal observer of human absurdity. And tonight, my pallid pals, we unwrap a Christmas legend darker than chimney soot and twice as terrifying. Yes, while mortals hang stockings and sip cocoa by the fire, another creature stirs in the shadows, hooved, horned, and hungry for naughty children. My friends, tonight's tale is of Krampus, the Christmas Devil. Long before your Coca-Cola Santa and the jingling of sleigh bells, there were older spirits that haunted the winter months. You see, the solstice season has always been about fear as much as festivity, because winter means death, darkness, and the unknown. And from these shadows came Krampus. Krampus hails from the Alpine regions, Austria, Germany, parts of Hungary, Slovenia, and beyond. His name comes from the Old High German Krampen, meaning claw. Fitting, isn't it? While St. Nicholas rewarded the good little mortals, Krampus was his other half. His infernal twin, the yin to his jolly yang. Where the saint offered sweets, Krampus offered switches. Where Nicholas blessed, Krampus beat, or worse, bagged up the naughty children and dragged them away to his mountain lair. Yes, dear listeners, while Santa checks his list twice, Krampus acts on the first offense. Some say he's the son of Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld. Others say he's a leftover pagan demon from before Christianity crept through the Alps. In either case, he's old, older than Christmas, older than your precious Santa, a winter god turned warning tale. And when St. Nicholas Day arrives on December 6th, Krampus doesn't wait for Christmas Eve. He stalks the night before. Krampusnacht, December 5th. Rattling chains, cracking whips, and collecting sinners. Ah, nothing like the holiday spirit. Let's descend a little deeper into history, shall we? Before the Christmas swept through Europe with its saints and sermons, the people of the Alps celebrated the purged, wild, beastly spirits of winter. These creatures roamed the snowy mountains, half animal, half human, ensuring balance between the light and the dark. When Christianity arrived, the church wasn't fond of these devilish traditions, but mortals, as they so often do, refused to give up their fun. So instead of erasing Krampus, they simply partnered him with Saint Nicholas. Convenient, no? A holy man and a hellspawn sharing a sleigh route. By the 17th century, it was common for villages to host Krampuslauf, the Krampus runs, where men donned terrifying masks, shaggy fur, and horns, then paraded through the streets chasing children and adults alike. It was both terrifying and oddly festive. Ah, the true spirit of Christmas, moral instruction through trauma. These traditions persisted even as modern Christmas grew jolly and commercial. In the 1800s, Krampus began appearing on Krampuskarten, holiday greeting cards. Now imagine that, my mortal friends. Postcards of a horned devil stuffing children into a basket with captions like Goose von Krampus or Greetings from Krampus. Now how's that for a holiday greeting? But even monsters fall out of fashion. In the early 20th century, the Christian church and even governments tried to stamp out Krampus festivities. In 1934, Austria's government, under a fascist regime, banned Krampus as an evil influence on children. Imagine a demon, a bad influence. But darkness has a way of surviving. By the 1950s, Krampus crept back, and by the late 20th century, he was fully revived, fueled by horror fans, folklorists, and of course, the internet. Today, Krampus runs draw thousands of people across Europe and even in America. Yes, my foolish mortals, you've invited the goat demon across the Atlantic. He now stalks the snowy streets of Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York in wild parades of fur, horns, and fire. How festive. Krampus didn't just stop at postcards and parades. No, he slithered into pop culture. There are films like Krampus from 2015, a black comedy horror where a dysfunctional family earns a visit from the Horned One himself. He's appeared in comic books, video games, even TV shows like The Venture Brothers and American Dad. And of course, countless heavy metal songs play homage to him, because nothing says Christmas spirit like a growling bass line and lyrics about child abduction. Even online, the mortals have embraced him as an anti-Santa, a symbol of rebellion against the commercial, sanitized holiday season. Krampus parties, Krampus-themed beers, ugly sweaters, you name it. The devil, it seems, has gone mainstream. I must say, watching mortals resurrect their own nightmares for entertainment is one of my favorite pastimes. horns, almost as good as haunting a mall Santa. But beneath the horns and fur lies something more primal. Krampus is a mirror, reflecting humankind's need for balance. You see, mortals can't live on sugar plums and sentiment alone. You crave consequences. The dark half of the holiday reminds you that kindness, generosity, and goodness only matter if they exist beside temptation, fear, and the threat of punishment. Krampus, in his monstrous glory, reminds you the world isn't all light, and perhaps that's what keeps it turning. So, my spectral audience and my trembling mortals, as the snow falls and the carols rise, remember, somewhere out there, something with cloven hooves is watching. If you're good, you'll get gifts. If you're bad, you'll get Krampus. And should you hear the bells jingling too close this season, perhaps it's not Saint Nick who's come down your chimney. This has been Spectral Stories. I am your host, the Specter of Stories, reminding you to be kind, be wary, and above all, be afraid. Until next time, stay spooky, my friends.